A pandemic of violence floods the streets of major cities as cases of the media-dubbed murder virus, MV20, soar, causing those infected to go on killing sprees. Caught in the middle, police detective Angela Miller finds her only trustworthy ally in the self-proclaimed psychic PI, Gerald Henry. As the two try to navigate the violence, they are drawn into New Age guru Autumnal Harvest's plot to heal the planet. Harvest's missive?
The world is sick, and humanity is the infection.
The cure? Murder. From the twisted mind of Shawn C. Baker, author of A Collection of Desires and Shadow Play in Book 1, Kim and Jesse, comes his most vicious novel yet, Murder Virus. Available where books are sold.
Hi, welcome to Drinking with Comics. I'm Shawn.
I'm Mike.
And we're drinking with comics. With a lot of comics today, actually, and a lot of drinking. So you're drinking the Pause wine, correct? P-A-W-S?
Dude,
Pause.
It's become my
Breakfast cereal of choice.
breakfast cereal. Yeah. No, it's just such a good cause that I just can't drink anything else.
All right.
Although
it's a good cause, man.
I probably can.
You probably can, but you don't want to, and that's I salute you for that. With my my ghostly apparition of a beverage.
It's a good cause, and 2 bottles for $20. Like, how do you fight that?
Yeah, you don't. You can't.
You just all right, and it goes to help doggies, and if you love dogs, so yeah.
Good, man. I'm glad you're keeping up the fight for our canine
3
friends.
weeks and counting, right?
Yeah. I'm drinking Smithwick's, so good old Irish red ale. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I'm drinking from a King Harbor anniversary glass. King Harbor is still around. They have weathered the storm. They were actually doing, they probably still are. They were doing like growler delivery growler
They're right
delivery.
around the corner from us, right?
Yeah, remember they sponsored a couple shows. They showed up at, back in the old days with a couple cases of beer, like on 2 or 3 occasions. So I have.
By the way, dude,
them.
talking about people who are still around and who aren't around, how crazy is it the arc light is gone?
Dude. To the arc light. That is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nuts.
It's a shattering loss, man. It is my favorite theater. Well, no, that's not true. The Egyptian is my favorite theater, but aside from that, it's my favorite theater. And
and a lot easier to get to from where you and I live.
Yeah, but the Egyptian's always worth it.
Egyptian is like event,
exactly. Where ArcLight, it's like, we're gonna go see a movie on a Friday. There you go.
The thing about the ArcLight, I think it comes down to overhead,
Oh yeah, well, of course.
It's like, what are your bills? Like, I'm able to survive because it's pretty much just me.
Mm-hmm. But if you have a staff, I mean, dude, live establishments, the government did the Save Our Stages bill and handed out a lot of money, and it's just not enough. So I don't know, fingers crossed, man. We could lose a lot of beloved venues,
like the Troubadour, and
you never know. You don't
know, but I mean, I'm surviving. And like when places like ArcLight go out of business, or and it's like, oh shit, like I thought they had their shit together.
Well, they did, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this is just,
and I'll be the first to tell you, I don't either, dude.
You're a smaller operation. You are, like you said, just you. I mean, that's a chain. And the other thing is, I think they do have their shit together, but this is unprecedented in that, how do you have your shit together for something that's never happened before? And nobody even had it together on how to exist in this like day to day, let alone carry a business like that through it, where you have employees, you have locations. I mean, who,
Right.
my God. I
Yeah.
mean, and not to mention, they're also getting hit from all sides, right? Where, I mean, I have HBO Max. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong because I don't know the ins and outs, but I mean, it's hurting the theaters for Warner Brothers to be like, yeah, we're just going to roll all this shit out on fucking HBO Max. So,
yeah, I mean, I watched Godzilla versus King Kong at home.
yeah.
Like
How was it?
a lot of people did. I'm enjoying Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
I'll probably watch Black Widow at home, although I'm hoping that by then I can go to the theater. But I'm not counting on it.
I want to pimp something real fast.
Yeah.
So next week, this Saturday, we're recording. So next Monday it'll drop. Chris Saunders and I are going to have Jay Photos from he's the colorist on Locke and Key, Sandman. We're going to have him on A Most Horrible Library, and so that'll drop Monday. So that's going to be cool. He also did a book called Rising Rebels that I'm quite fond of. So
okay,
I want to throw that out there because I know we're going to be talking about this.
What's the show going to be?
It's Most Horrible Library. We do like a horror. It's a spin-off of our podcast, the Horror Vision. It's kind of the horror literature, comics, like all things written word. So,
how many fucking podcasts do you have now?
A lot.
Like 5?
Yeah, because I'll be dropping the first one of. I got a new metal one coming out too called Beautiful Brutality. It'll be less regular. It's gonna probably be like once a month, but that we just Tori and Anthony and I just did the first episode of last week, and I finished editing today, so that's gonna drop soon. So let's talk comics. What do you got?
Scumbag.
Okay, so the Remender book. Who's the artist on this book?
Rick Remender, and each issue has a different artist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Francisco Mobili is the artist of this issue.
So I have not read. This is one of the first Remender books I have not followed. The name didn't sell me at all, nor did the log line.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It just I didn't want to read a book about a scumbag.
Because you know one.
No, because we had one in office for so long that I'm just like tired of scumbags. So I mean, really, I'm tired of scumbags.
Cool. I mean, it's kind of his like primary book that he's doing right now.
Yeah, totally.
But there's also like, I saw the ad, and I got to teach Anthony about this, but Deadly Glass. Which is on,
teach Anthony about that for sure.
It's on Peacock right now.
Oh, the library.
Yeah, I mean Rick Remender's written some of my favorite comics of all time.
Same.
What you got, bro?
So I this Sandman Locke and Key crossover came out, and you were gracious enough to pull me the Kelly Jones cover. I love that. Kelly Jones, one of the artists on the original run of Sandman. It takes place, if for people out there that are unsure, there was like a precursor to this, Locke and Key, Pale Italians. I can't remember. It was like 2 issues, 3 issues.
Pale Italians?
No, Pale. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like 3 issues a couple months ago.
You fucking said Pale Italians.
I said battalions. But the Sandman Locke and Key, it picks up where that left off. It's not the Locke family that we know from the original Locke and Key, which has now been converted into a Netflix series as well to middling success. But this takes place with in the original Sandman, in the first trade. It starts with him he's summoned and imprisoned by kind of an Aleister Crowley wannabe. So this actually takes place while he's in prison during those first couple issues, or I think it's the first issue of the original series. So that's really cool. It's kind of like what you didn't know happened previously. The art is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, Gabriel Rodriguez and Jay Photos. Oh my God. is just so gorgeous to look at. And there are these pages where there's a character wandering through the dreaming, and it's just unbelievable. So I mean, I recommend it to anybody that likes Lock and Key, anybody that likes Sandman. I think there's definitely an overlap of people out there that like both. So this is for them. This is just fantastic in my opinion. And it's
Are
not
the Pale
written,
Italians darker now?
they are. It's not written by your favorite, Neil Gaiman. It's not written by him. It's written by Joe Hill.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah. So and Joe Hill is great. So yeah, it's really cool. I would recommend it. What you got?
Another one I haven't read, but I think people need to know about is Phantom on the Scan.
Okay, Cullen Bunn. He's great. Mark Torres. Oh, Aftershock's great. Yeah. I mean,
I brought it on the show because, I think it. Oh, you should read that, dude. All right. I think it's worthy. Okay. One that I did read and I could talk about is Brian Haberlin's Lighthouse.
Oh, so this is a Jules Verne adaptation, correct?
They did do a Jules Verne adaptation, yeah. I haven't read the original source material, but
I've not either. I've read some Jules Verne, but I've not read that.
Brian Haberlin just blows my mind.
What else has he done?
To how he approaches art and making comics. And this is no exception. It's great. So I'm sure there's some VR sort of thing that you can do on top of just reading a book. But yeah, amazing artist, amazing creator, amazing writer. He also did The Marked and Sonata. Those were his own books.
Okay.
And this is a new thing he's doing, and
cool,
incredible. Like, I did read it a couple of weeks ago. He sent me some preview copies, and it's like, holy shit, mind blowing. Yeah.
So that's Image, and the other one's Aftershock, right?
Yeah, the earlier one.
But yeah, they've consistently been a producer of really good titles, especially in the horror genre, I feel like, as well.
Hey, Tyrone. Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting what's going to happen because both Marvel and DC have abandoned the main distributor of comics.
Yeah, Diamond, right.
Yeah. So it's like, will they be able to maintain?
That's a really good question, man. I don't know. When you told me that last week.
I hope so, because,
I've thought about that all week, and I can't. I know you said it didn't feel like it was threatening to comic shops, but I got to tell you, I feel like, I don't know. It worries me. It's kind of in line with this thing. Like what we were talking about, the Warner Brothers doing the movies through HBO Max instead of, just in the cinemas. And I feel like the Marvel thing, I know you said you can still order them through Diamond, but you won't get as big of a discount as you got previously because their main distributor now is Penguin Random House. So
yeah,
I really wonder, like, okay, let's say I move to a new area, and let's say, I'm 45. Let's say I have a kid. I don't, but let's say I have a 10-year-old son or an 8-year-old son. I want to get him some comics, some Spider-Man comics. Previously, I would look for, I would still do this anyway, but if I'm the average guy, I'd have to look for a comic shop to go to, right? And then you develop a relationship with the comic shop. But now they're going to be able to walk into Barnes and Noble, I would imagine, and there'll be a comic section. And I'm not talking about a couple of spinner racks. I feel like this distribution deal is going to change the way, and it's even just weird because how is Barnes and Noble doing? Like, I don't know, the whole thing is, I can't wrap my head around what this is going to do to the publishing landscape for comics, and just, I don't know, it's just really weird.
Didn't you work at Borders back in the day?
I did.
Yeah. So, the behemoths can collapse under their own weight.
Yeah, but so then what's the advantage to going with random Penguin Random House? Like, I don't understand.
I mean,
where are they going to put it?
It's a lack of foresight. But so dude, there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was here shopping, and he was buying comics, and he worked at Borders in San Pedro, and he remembered Greg.
Oh, Washington. Yeah. That's how I found your store. Greg introduced me to you guys.
Yeah. He remembered Greg, and I'm like, oh yeah, and we started talking about, Borders and this and that. But the thing is, like, you can be these big stores, these big, movie theaters, these big bookstores or whatever. But when the infrastructure falls away, like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
And, I've been lucky enough to kind of survive the storm, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to comics. I got another one. I was really excited for this one, and it didn't disappoint, actually. Chip Zdarsky, Pasquale Ferry, and Matt Hollingsworth are doing. So I guess What If is coming back, probably timing wise, because there's going to be a Disney Plus What If animated show.
Okay.
What If is coming back as like no longer just one shot. Like, what, it used to be every once in a while you get one issue. What if, Wolverine joined Shield? What if this? What if that? Now I guess they're going to be like multi-issue epics. And the first one is Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. Chip Zdarsky, Pasquale Ferry, Matt Hollingsworth. First issue came out yesterday. It is. It's What If. It's weird. The branding is weird. It's up there in the corner. See that? It's like real low key. I didn't see that at first. Yeah, right. Subtle. So this is part 1 of 4, and this apparently takes place. There's a note inside. Note: the story takes place around the time of Amazing Spider-Man 258, which is available now either in a back issue bin or on Marvel Unlimited. And so this is right when Peter Parker got the symbiote, and it started to behave like something other than a suit, right? So the whole concept is, what if he hadn't gotten rid of it? What if he had actually become Venom? What if he had stayed and bonded with the symbiote? So I really like this a lot. It's the suit is pushing him. He's frustrated. He's kind of backed himself into a corner. He quit school. Aunt May's mad at him. He's doing that thing with Felicia and Mary Jane where he's kind of playing the field a little bit too much, and he's beating himself up about it. And meanwhile, when he goes out at night, he's realizing, like, he has an encounter with Hobgoblin, and he's like, you just keep coming back. I can't get you to stay off the streets. And you can see the suit starts to push him, starts to talk to him.
Nice.
In a dark direction. So it was really cool. I really, really liked it. And it's always good to see the black costume. I love the Venom design and everything that's happened with it over the years. Most everything, but definitely currently. But I still have such a soft spot.
That black costume, right?
No.
The artist, I want to say it was Ron Franz.
Okay.
Got tired of drawing all the webs.
That's interesting. There's something, so many of my favorite, like, seminal Spider-Man stories that I read growing up. Kraven's Last Hunt. I'm blanking on anything else, but Spider-Man 300, blah blah blah. Like, they have this suit, and I love the way it looks before it became Venom. I love the black suit. I love the original suit too. What I don't like is the suit that's now in the Amazing Spider-Man.
God, that new suit is horrible.
I mean, I like the concept behind it, and I don't think it's going to last. But I'll tell you what.
Like it.
Let me tell you this. So I also had you pull me the second issue of Nonstop Spider-Man, and the only reason I got the second issue after reading the first is because Baron Zemo seems to be lurking in the background of the story. Chris, did you say it Baccello? How do you say that artist's name? Baccello
or Baccello or Bachelism. I don't know.
He is a great artist, but his style is not for me. Nonstop Spider-Man there's so much, like, it made me feel like I was losing my mind reading it. There's just way too much going on. I couldn't keep it straight. And then the other thing is, like, why is it that so I read King in Black, and the Peter Parker in King in Black is the Peter Parker that I know. He's a man, right? He's, let's say 20, 25, 30, something like that. And in all the other books that I've read recently, Amazing Spider-Man, Nonstop Spider-Man, he's like fucking 19. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Comic book heroes never age, dude.
But it's just weird to have
Look
a Marvel
at me,
universe
dude.
where
I still look like I'm 19, right?
You do, absolutely. You don't look any different than the day that I met you.
Yeah, I can't explain it, dude.
It's just annoying. So I think those titles are ultimately not going to be for me. I'm really feeling Spider-Man right now, but I just feel like Nonstop and Amazing are written for people that are 15, and it's fine. It's fine. Like I said before, but I don't know.
It's all good. I mean, they are everlasting characters. Batman.
They are.
Spider-Man.
They are. I agree.
Yeah.
Did you ever go back and read King in Black?
I read number 5. I read number 2.
I really liked it, actually. I mean, it's not that it's a fucking crossover. So I mean, it is what it is. But I love the art. I love what they're doing with Venom conceptually. And I gotta say, I think you sold me. Danny Cates is it Danny or Donnie?
Donnie Cates, yeah.
He's great. I'll tell you what else I read as a follow-up. Dude, Beta Ray Bill is my favorite comic out right now. Fucking loved every second of it. Loved it.
Back to what's out now, Carmen.
Yes. So I haven't read the new issue yet. I read the first one and really liked it. This was originally a French series that came out, I want to say a year or two ago. So the whole series is out if you can read it, it in a different language, from a different publisher. But it's really good. I really like the art.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but I did hire the artist to do one of our comic bug anthologies.
Okay.
Gilliam March. He did the cover of the briefs.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not realize. Dude, I knew the art looked familiar. Yeah, I have that book somewhere. Wow, that's cool. What else you got?
I got Home. I think it's very relevant. It's by Julio Antina, and it's about people trying to make it to America.
Okay, very relevant.
Which is something that might not be relevant to you and me, but
I mean, it should be. Is that selling well?
No.
Okay. Well, give people your address. The viewers should go down to your shop tomorrow and pick it up.
400 East 3rd Street, Long Beach, California.
Right around the corner from Fingerprints.
Come get Home.
You got anything else?
Children of the Atom.
So what's the deal with this book?
Fuck if I know, dude.
It's just another in an endless onslaught, no pun intended, of X titles.
Of X-Men comics.
It looks like it's not in current continuity. It has something to do with a religion. Actually, this one might have actually looked interesting to me. It's something to do with a religion about mutants or something.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. But it was a big one. I ordered a lot, and I wanted to tell people about it. Thor has been one of my favorite books.
Oh, that's yeah. So the new one came out. Great cover.
Number 14 came out.
And it's Donnie Cates, right?
Yes.
Let me go rapid fire through the rest of what I picked up from you today. I got issue 5 from Homesick Pilots. Image Comics, Dan Waters and Casper Winsgaard. It's fantastic. I love this book so much. The the colors in this book and just the story is insane. It's like a mashup of, it's like takes place in 94 in California, and it's like kind of a punk rock, like grunge kind of scene. Then involves a haunted house that then there's like these weird, like almost mech suit ghosts. It's fucking crazy. Love it. Absolutely.
Nice.
There's a ghost made out of videotapes. It's really cool. Proctor Valley Road 2, Grant Morrison, Alex Child, Naomi Franquise, and Tamara Bonvillain. The first issue was great, based on an urban legend, I believe. I haven't read the second issue yet, just got it earlier, but it looks really cool. It's a horror comic, takes place in the 70s. And then 2 from Vault, who I like. Aftershock I love, and Vault has this Nightfall line of horror books. I think they're great. So we got issue 6 of the Autumnal, which I love this book. Daniel Kraus, Chris Sheehan. Yeah, see?
And Anthony loves that book as well.
It's so good. It's so right on, Anthony. It's so good. Just creepy, and like, man, it plays like a really good indie horror flick. And then also from Vault, The Picture of Everything Else, this is issue 3. This is a sequel to Dorian Gray, the novel. And it's about the painter who painted the painting of Dorian Gray that made him eternal. And he's doing horrific things to people with paintings. It's so far it's great. So dude, Vault and Aftershock have really, like, I have developed such a fan frenzy for this kind of new generation of horror comics. It's fucking great, man, because I feel like that was lacking for a while. So you want to reconvene next week, and I'm sure there'll be a slew of good books next week as well, because there seems to be quite a few lately.
Yeah, let's keep people on their toes.
Yes, and keep drinking La Paz. I got to find a beer that serves a worthy cause, other than just drowning my liver.
Yeah, you got to stop slumming it, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta start drinking for a cause, man.
I love you, brother.
I love you too.
All right, well, for this week, Drinking with Comics, New Comic Book Day, I'm Shawn.
I'm Mike.
And that's Anthony in the background. And
that's Anthony. Oh, wait. Here's Anthony.
What's up, dude? Autumnal. So, all right.
And we'll see you soon, okay?
Later on, people.
All right, we love y'all.